from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware. I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and my sports reports. Having technical difficulty here. There we go. Piece of crap. Yeah. Man. I said I would do this to have fun, and when I'm not having fun, I'm out. I've not had fun the last couple days, but I'm a trooper. I'm gonna hang in there because there's a lot of fun to be had. Still, sorry about that if you've tried to watch this a couple times. At least it's only 3 takes today, hopefully. Let's check the sound. Last couple days. There we go. It's on. All right. Woo! Woo! Lots to talk about. I didn't tape yesterday because I was out taping the cross-country state championships, at least 25% of them, because that cold front came in, man, and just destroyed it. I don't know how the boys' races went, but the girls' races were held in. The Division I race was first, and the cold front started to come in, and it got really breezy, really cold. Temperature really dropped right in the middle of that race, and then the rain came for the start of the Division II, and my camera got basically destroyed. I couldn't stay there, and the temperature dropped so much. I had to use my air conditioning in my car before I got up there, and then blast my heat and to keep from frostbite. I really don't know how those kids did it. And then I imagine the course had to be real muddy, and I don't know when it stopped. Hopefully it stopped for the boys' races. They finished everything, gave out awards in the sun that I saw, but I had to bail because my camera was messed up and I wasn't busting out my phone in that rain. So a bunch of stuff did happen. I'm going to show some video from that Division I race for the girls anyway and talk about that a little bit. I always like the cross-country championships. But before I get into that, I realize that there's people who have watched this a couple times, maybe, or watching for the first time. And like, all right, who's this dude? Well, I've been covering local sports here in Delaware basically since 1995. Off and on. Took a bunch of years off after my company got destroyed in the Great Recession back in 2008. Went on to do some other things, but stayed involved in sports, basically doing videography. And every year I would threaten to bring my TV show back. I had a television show in Newcastle County for quite some time called Delaware Sports. And this website here is DelawareSports.com. It's up. I put some stuff up on there now so I can read off it from this show, but this was the first of its kind, and this goes back to 1999, although it's really started in the end of 1997. This is from web.archive.org. This site was so old that even Amazon at the time, we were an affiliate with Amazon. That's how Amazon got business. They find people that were putting websites up, and then you made this arrangement to be an affiliate, and you put the little link up there. See in the upper left-hand corner up there? You can see, I don't know if I can get it. Anyway, trust me, it's there under the Delaware Sports logo. That's how old this site was. I pulled up this page from the latest that I could find with cross country, and at the time the girls cross country champions were St. Mark's, and we're ranking them at the time, both divisions combined. Let's see who were the champions there. State boys and girls champions. Division I, Salesianum, they 43 state championships going into yesterday's race. The individual winner at the time was Eric Ekstrand, and it happened to have been run at Brandywine Creek State Park, where the championships were yesterday. The boys Division II winners were Cape and Lopin and Morgan Scoville from St. Andrews. was a Division II champion. I'd like to track him down because I remember Morgan Scoville's win here pretty vividly. Really, I remember his second place finish in his sophomore year, because I believe it was at White Clay Creek State Park where I was filming from the finish line, and coming around the final bend and down this slight decline toward the finish line, the winner of the race had already crossed. He's having lunch. He's changed and showered. I forget who it was. And then I see the second and third place runners coming down. And in third place at the time was Morgan Scoville from St. Andrews. And he put forth this kick to take second place. And as he did, he threw up all over himself. At the time, I thought, what would possess somebody to run themselves literally sick just to get into second place? Because if you hear some people who are competitors, a lot of times will say, second place is the first loser. And it kind of changed my whole way of thinking about sports and how you compete, because when I was in high school, I was not a good athlete at all. I could hit a baseball, that was my thing, but not a good athlete. And I didn't have what it took mentally. And I'm not sure that I was exposed to people who could instill that in me. But I think it's something internal that you have or you don't. And I was really taken by that. But the next 2 years, he was the state champion. And I'll never forget that. I should try to find that video somewhere. I'd have to convert it probably from Super VHS over to digital format. But I was a fan of cross country ever since that. And the environment there, the culture is fantastic. There was a lot of people there who braved the weather to come out. And I'm telling you, man, it was brutal. But we'll show some of that from the girls' race anyway in a little bit, because their feat yesterday was no less amazing. I put out requests for pictures of those who will make the all-state teams, all-conference teams, and on Thursday we interviewed a couple of them from Sussex Central. This is Bree Reed. Great picture they sent over to me. She was celebrating her 1,000th kill in the last match of the season. A returning first-team All-State player, first in all conference years this year for Henlopen. We don't know who the All-State teams are yet. And Maddie No Fear McTeer, their setter. She is second-team All-Conference and an All-State swimmer. Had I known that her nickname was No Fear McTeer, that interview would have been different. Let me just test some volume here for a second. Their setter. Yep, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. When you do all this, work all the controls by yourself, it can be a little challenging. Anyway, so I'm looking for all of those pictures, and here's kind of how this is going to look, by the way, because I've actually. That's not it. Where did all those go? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I don't know where those went. Let's see. So there it is. Yep. There's some people who have had their pictures submitted to me. May Tobin from the field hockey team at Newark High. Ian Hayes, we interviewed him from Woodbridge. Soccer and cross country. Lauren DeSantis from the field hockey team. So we're going to do a bunch of those shows, order them, and put them in order. Put that out there. So in football from Friday night, two undefeated teams went at it. It was Archmere and Delaware Military Academy. It was Archmere coming out on top, ending the regular season undefeated for the second year in a row. They won 27-7, and Connor Udovich caught 2 touchdowns from Chris Albero. And they will find out where they are going to be seated in the state tournament. And the football committee meets today, I believe, and the 96 teams that make the tournament in the 17 divisions, we'll find out how they are seated here later. Connor Campbell threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 as Sally beats out Appoquinimink 21-15. Micah Wing caught those 2 touchdown passes. And Xavier Rogers scored both of the Jaguars' touchdowns. Tower Hill beats Tatnall 49-0. The Hillers finished the regular season 7-2. Brendan rushed for 2 touchdowns and threw for 1. I was doing this early yesterday. I forget what his last name is. He's their quarterback, though. His first name is Brendan. Got that. And some other scores from Friday. Lake Forest 50-0 over McCain. Brandywine 40-0 over Concord. Sussex Central 42-6 over Cesar Rodney. Cesar Rodney ends up the season without a win, but they're going to make the playoffs if they decide to play them. Woodbridge 22, Howard 6. That is the other undefeated team in Class 2. Charter over AI DuPont 2-0. That's a forfeit score. AI had to end their program early for the season. And then from yesterday, let's go first to field hockey. And Archmere Academy beats Lake Forest 3-1. Lindsay Renshaw assisted on 2 of Archmere's 3 goals. And the second-seeded Auks win over the 7th-seeded Lake Forest. I was picking Lake Forest to have an upset there. And that's why you play all the games. And it doesn't matter what my opinion is. It doesn't matter what my prediction is. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. Just for entertainment purposes only. And, when you make those things, you make a prediction or express your opinion, you always make somebody angry. But that's not the purpose here. Just having fun. And then Delmar rolls over Caravel 7-0. Josie Holloman scored a hat trick and added an assist. Jordan Holloman scored twice, and so did Macy Bradford. Delmar outshoots Caravel 32-0. And it was Newark Charter 2. Wellington Friends 1 in overtime. Patriots advance. Tough game there. Mary Catherine Anson scored, and Sophia Walsh had a goal and an assist. The Patriots will play Archmere in the semifinals. Sussex Academy beats Tatnall 3-2. Tough match. The Hornets had a good year. Sussex Academy was tough. And Emma Westbrook's second goal of the game in the fourth quarter was the game winner. Rachel Whitehead scored a goal and assisted on the other for Tatnall. The Hornets trailed 2-0 at the half, and this game was tied with 9 minutes to go. Some more football. Jay Simmons caught 2 touchdowns, threw for 1, and had 2 interceptions for Mount Pleasant as the Green Knights beat Milford 41-7. Jay Simmons is the son of Jim Simmons, who was the Mount Pleasant head coach, football coach for quite some time, and the principal. And Damir Bird rushed for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. It was Newark 44 and Glasgow 6. Sophomore Jair Townsend scored 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing and 2 receiving. And Marquis Ellerby rushed for 2 touchdowns and scored 2 two-point conversions for Newark. Robbie Tattersall went 7 for 14 passing for 139 yards, threw 2 touchdowns, and Osi Chukbuocha ran for 139 yards on 9 carries, scored 4 times, and had 1 reception for 17 yards. The Quakers end the regular season 9-1. They only lost to Archmere in a close game, and now they also see what seed they will get in the state tournament. It will likely be out of the bracket of Archmere, but I don't know how they bracket that because they could end up in Woodbridge's bracket. And it was Conrad 42, First State Military Academy 12. Gabe Welsh threw for 5 touchdowns. Nate Sherga caught 2 of them and ran in one for the Red Wolves. And here's some other scores. St. George's 21-19 over William Penn. Polytech 39-20 over Christiana. It was Delcastle 52-28 over Red Lion. Middletown 37-0 over Hodson. And if I didn't mention any statistics or somebody who didn't score a couple touchdowns because they weren't submitted to me or they weren't available. In boys soccer, Newark Charter, the number 9 seed in Division II, upsets the number 1 seeded Spartans of St. Mark's 2-1. The Patriots win on penalty kicks 4-3. Another perfect example of why no one's opinion about who's going to win or lose matters for even a second. Doesn't matter. And Mason Ball scored 2 of Delmar's 3 goals as number 11 Delmar, the Wildcats, upset the number 3 seed Indian River, and they move on to the semifinals, where they will take on the remaining top seed number 2 Caravel, and the Bucks beat Archmere 4-0. Zane Akhtar scored twice, and there's I don't know how they say their names. Zayn and Zain. Akhtar had 3 assists. They're brothers, though. And Miles Hood had a goal and an assist. And number 12, St. Andrews, scores another upset in the D2 tournament. This time they beat number 4 Wilmington Friends 1-0. In this picture, it was submitted by somebody from St. Andrews. William Hurt is number 3, and he's doing battle with the Quakers' Adam Borst. And the Cardinals will now play number 9 Newark Charter in the semifinals. So what I wanted to do now is go to my video that I shot from the girls cross country race yesterday. Let's see how this goes. All right. Yeah, here we go at Brandywine Creek State Park. See Sussex Tech warming up here. It's really cold. That cold front was starting to come in, drop the temperatures. This Appoquinimink warming up. I believe it was 18 teams in Division I. Took to the starting line. Everyone getting to the starting line. Padua Academy has won the D1 state championship 8 straight years, and the defending champion individually is Mary Dorsey for Padua. Pandas have won 21 overall state championships in the history of this race. Milford warming up. I love this. I think this is so cool. Well, it's like any big race, marathon race, anything. I've always thought this was cool. In this course, I was able to get a vantage point at about the mile mark. You see the pandas there. Jumping out early. Now here they come at the 1 mile mark. This is Isabel Walsh from Middletown with the early lead. She did number 344. That's Mary Dorsey. 346 is Sophia Hogato. 68, Katie Kuhlman. And Kate, 399. You'll see is Alyssa Young from Smyrna. 55, Hannah Zura from Cesar Rodney. 393. Right there. That's Kelly Barr from Smyrna. And here comes the pack. A little bit of an incline there. You can see the wind kicking up here. But watch when we get to the finish line. I used to put out a few cameras when I used to do this. Miss doing this. I love this. So much fun. And now, coming in for victory is Mary Catherine Dorsey in a time of 21. This is for the win. Watch the win. People's umbrellas getting all messed up. Here comes Sophia Olgato, also from Padua. Second place at Padua Academy. Yeah, it's a great time to have an interview just when you cross the line. In 2107, here will come Courtney Candy from Appaquinimant. Hanazura from Caesarati will be fourth. In 2112, Candy was 2107. Geneva Lauer from Padua will be fifth. In 2118, Katie Kuhlman from Cape will be sixth. Seventh will be Maria Lombardi from the Charter School of Wellington. Eighth, Claire Andressen from Charter. Sorry, the type is small. Kelsey Wolf from Padua is ninth, and Julia Query from Padua is in 10th place. And you'll see them coming up. So all 5 point scorers from Padua end up in the top 10, and they roll to their 9th straight Division I championship. But so much fun there, no doubt about that. And boom. I was scared myself when I turned that back on. So there's a picture of the Padua Pandas, the Division I state champion. All 7 of their runners ended up in the top.
Okay, folks, we've got a lot to talk about. Number one, we got to give a quick update on the market and plays.
Wait, who is talking?
A breakdown of what the Fed just did today and how it affects the outlook of the market.
Quiet, dude. I don't need stock advice right now. In Division II, it was Indian River's Bryn Crandall winning the state championship. She was an all-state, first team all-state last year. She wins in a time of 1937 with miracle in this weather for sure. Tiffany Herrera, who was number 1 last year, was second place in 1946. And Tatnall's Katie Payne, third in 2011. St. Mark's wins the team championship, followed by Ursuline. St. Mark's breaks the 4-year streak or 3-year streak by Ursuline. Salesianum wins their 44th overall state championship, and behind Ryan Banco, who wins the individual title in 1635. He is a repeat winner. It's the 26th multiple winner. And I meant to mention that Mary Dorsey was just the 14th girl to win a multiple state championship individually. Kenny Guy from Polytech was second. Ryan Baker from Cape Henlopen third. Matt. Wow. Let's get that up there. There we go. Matt Catoon from Polytech was 4th. Jonathan Drew, 5th from Middletown. Jack Mancuso, 6th from Charter. Matt Miller from Sally's was 7th. Colin Kay from Sussex Tech, 8th. Justin Calloway from Cape Henlopen, 9th. And Ian Kane from Caesar Rodney was 10th. And the team totals, there was Sally's edging Cape 56-72, followed by Middletown, Polytech, and Caesar Rodney. And Tatnall's Nicholas Pizarro runs a time of 17:18. He is the state champion. Chase Sims from Indian River, 2nd. Andre Latna, 3rd from Tatnall. Max Leffler had a great year for Wilmington Friends. He's 4th. Sebastian Pizarro, also from Tatnall. His 5th, Quinn Odell from Delaware Military Academy. 6th, Casey Winnington from St. Mark's, 7th. 8th was Michael McGinley from Tatnall. 9th, Ethan Walter from Delaware Military Academy. And Connor Stockton from St. Mark's was 10. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 runners from Tatnall in the top 10. And stands to reason that they have won the state championship. And that will be their 15th state championship. Head coach Pat Castano, his 15th state championship with the boys, 14 with the girls, 29 state championships. He has led their 2 teams to since he has become the head coach there at Tatnall. Hope to have some interviews with a bunch of those kids. I've invited them all. Not all of them, but all the state championship teams. Reached out to their coaches. And hopefully we'll meet some of them. So this is brought to you by me, Marshall Manlove, stage hypnotist. Want a cool show? Comedy hypnosis show? Find out more about it at marshallmanlove.com. And also by me, Marshall Manlove, realtor. Berkshire Hathaway, Fox and Roach, licensed in Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. And please, please, please do send me pictures of your star athletes, those who have earned an honor of some sort, all conference, all state, whenever they are all announced. Send me a picture and some information. Please send it to mysportsreports@gmail.com. If you would like to help me out, take my place here on screen, I'll just feed you information on the teleprompter, which I still haven't figured out how to work. But I'll get that going. Get that working. You just sit here, look much better than me, read the screen, be a star. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I am just broadcasting this to my personal Facebook page, my YouTube page at My Sports Reports, and twitch.tv. On YouTube, please subscribe. Please subscribe there. My Sports Reports is free to do so. Eventually, I'm just going to live stream in a couple locations, but not my personal page. It's my personal page, or post pictures of my dog and food and stuff. All right. I thought I had more to say, but I don't. This is long already. It's like 28 minutes. And I know that people only have the attention span to watch any of these things for 4 seconds. So, it is what it is. I'm having fun. That's why I'm doing it. You can have fun too. Join me. Just write to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshall Manlove. And now, I am gone. Have a great day.